Radiating boxes. Let's make a potholder with the potholder loom. This is an 18 peg loom and we're going to make the radiating boxes potholder. It creates a fun design with 4 mitered squares and each pointing to its own corner. The back of the design forms a unique X in the center with squares pointing inward. This easy loom weaving pattern uses only 17 pegs and it's a fast project. You can use 18, but I'm leaving out in this design because I love the 17 that much better. The pattern comes with written instructions and links to a weaving chart like this one, and you can get that at Piglet's Potholder Patterns, Radiating Boxes, and this is shared with permission under Creative Commons. Let's begin our tutorial. Welcome to GoodKnit Kisses. We're all about helping you stitch your love and love your stitches. This pattern has written instructions and links to right and left-handed video tutorials for your convenience, as well as a link to that chart we referred to in this pattern. So visit our link down below in the video description for the blog and also for the right and left-handed video. If you'd like to purchase an ad-free version, you can get that on our Ravelry and Etsy stores and coming soon to our GoodKnit Kisses store on our website. We will not be publishing the Creative Commons chart, and you can get that in our blog though as a link. All right, let's dive into materials. You're going to get your 18 peg traditional size loom, and we've got our loops over here. We've got 18 of color A, and I'm using purple here, and 16 of color B, and I'm using pink. And then we've got our loom weaving tool and or a crochet hook. I usually just use a crochet hook, but those are the tools. All right, we're going to begin our warp, which is the vertical part here. We're going to begin with color A, and we're going to place 17 loops vertically from top to bottom or bottom to top in the following order. You're not going to use peg 18, so start over here, and we're going to work pegs 1 through 17. All of the odd pegs are going to start with A, and then the even pegs are going to start with B. So you could go ahead and lay all of your A's on all of the odd pegs, and then lay the B on the even. And when we're missing that last peg, I think it's easier to separate your loops like I did so that you don't tend to cover that last one by mistake. So there we go. I've got all of my odds, and now our evens are going to complete the remaining ones except for that very last peg. All right, so continue putting yours on. Pause your video as you need to keep up. And I'll see you back for the weave here in a moment. Okay, for row 1, we're going to start with A, and this is purple in my case. We're going to weave under 1, over 1, 8 times. Okay, and then the last one we'll weave under 1. So under all of the purple and over all of the pink, so that your purple or your color A is going to be the dominant color that you see. And whenever you're working a 17 peg design, you're just skipping that last one and putting it on the very end peg there. Okay. Now with B, you're going to begin row 2, and we're going to weave under 2. So pick up the first 2, make sure to go under both strands, place it, and now we're going to weave over 1, under 1 2 times. So over, under once, and then one more time, and then we're going to weave over 2, under 1. So over 2, under 1, and then over 2, and I'm going to mark it with my finger. Now we're going to weave under 1, over 1 2 times. So under 1, over 1, under 1, over 1, mark that, and weave under 2 in place. Okay, and now with A, row 3, we're going to weave over 1, under 2. So over 1, under 2 there. place that. And over one, under one. And over one, under two. And over one, under two. And over one, under one. And over one, under two. And then over that last one. So there weren't any repeats in here. And hopefully you got that. And of course, consult your written directions. And then with B, for row 4, we're going to weave under 1, over 1, under 2. So under, over 1, under 2. And then over 1, under 1, over 2. So over 1, under 1, over 2. And then under 1, over 2. And then under 1, over 1. And then under 2. And then over, under. So over 1, under 1. All right. No repeats on that one. All right, with 5, or row 5, we're going to, with A, start with weave over 1, under 1. So over 1, under. There we go. And then now we're going to do a repeat 4 times. We're going to go over 1, under 2, 4 times. So over 1, under 2, once and twice, 3 times, and the 4th time under those 2. And then weave over 1, under 1, over 1. So over 1, under 1, over 1. There we go. You can see that pattern emerging here. And now with B, we're going to do row 6. We're going to weave under 1, over 1, 2 times. So under, over once, and twice. I'm going to mark it. And then weave under 2, over 2. So under 2, and then over 2. And then under 1, over 2. So under 1, over 2. And then under 2. And then we're going to repeat over, under 2 times. So over 1, under 1, once, over 1, under 1, twice. There we go. And that is now we're at number 7. We're going to be with A. So we're going to go to over 1, under 1, 2 times. Okay, over, under 1, over, under the 2nd time. And weave over 1, under 3. So this one's a bit different. So over 1, under 3. And we're going to do that another time. So 2 times. So over 1, under 3 again. And now we'll weave over 1, under 1, 2 times. So over, under once, over, under the 2nd time. And then weave over that last one. Row 8 with B, we're going to weave under 1, over 2. Okay, under 1, over 2. And then weave under 1, over 1, twice. Okay. And then we're going to weave under 3. 1, 2, 3. And weave over 1, under 1 twice. So over, under once, over, under twice. and weave over 2, under 1. So over 2 and under this last one. Place that. Okay, so we are almost at our halfway point, which is row 9. This is going to be a mirror here. So 9 is going to be with B, and we're going to weave over 2. So over these first 2 is going to look purple, and we're going to go under over 6 times. So under 1, over 1, once, twice, 3, 4, 5, 6, and mark, and weave under 1, over 2, under 1, and over these last 2. Okay, there we go. All right, so the rest of them are basically mirrored. So we did number 8. The same way we're going to do number 10, or row 10. So row 10, we're going to pick up B, and I have it repeated and written out exactly how you do it, but if you're curious, you're actually going to be repeating how you did it up here in the same colors. Like I said, it's going to be mirrored. So we can look at the pattern. It's going to do, it's going to go under 1. So you're still keeping that dark accent at the front. So under 1. And then over 2, I'm going to mark that. And then weave under 1, over 1 twice. So under, over once, under, over a second time. And then weave under 3. And weave over 1, under 2 times. Over 1, under once. Over, under twice. And then weave over 1, under 1. Or I'm sorry, weave over 2, under 1. There we go. Okay, so row 11, we're going to, with A, we're going to weave over 1, under 1 2 times. So over, under once, over, under twice. Weave over, under 3, so over 1, under 3, over 1, under 3, second time. Weave over 1, under 1 twice, so over, under once, over, under twice, and weave over that last one. Okay. And we're on row 12 with B. Weave under 1, over 1 twice, under, over once, under, over twice. Weave under 2, over 2. Okay. Under 1, over 2, under 2. So under 1, over 2, under 2, and then weave over 1, under 1 2 times. Over, under once, over, under twice. 13 with A, weave over 1, under 1, and weave over 1, under 2 4 times. So over 1, under 2, once, twice, third time, and fourth time. Weave over 1, under 1, over 1. Okay, just a few more left. Row 14 with B, we're going to weave under 1, over 1. So under 1, over 1, and then under 1, Actually, I said that wrong. Okay, it's over 1, under 1, and then under 2. So I'm going to go under this one and then one more. So I'm using my crochet hook now because I'm closer to the end and it's a little tighter. All right, so after those 2 that we're going under in row 14, we're going to go over 1, under 1. So over, under, and then over 2, and then under 1, and over 2, and under 1, over 1, and under 2, so under these 2, and then the last one is under 1. Go. 15 with A. I think I skipped one earlier. Yeah. All right, let's pause this for a second. So I had, I look like I'm running out of space here. If you noticed it before I did, you can see that I had moved some of my my weave down. So I'm missing that. So because I have the extra peg, it doesn't really matter. I just need to have at least enough to do these last 3 rows, so you can move them up if you messed up like I did. I noticed there was more space earlier and I was thinking, what is that? Anyway, pause for laughter, whatever. Okay, let's continue on. All right, with row 15 and A, we're going to weave over 1, under 2. So go ahead and put these 2 up. Okay, so that's the first 3 stitches, and the next 3 stitches are over 1, under 1, over 1. Okay, so mark that. And then under 2, over 1. So under 2. And then over 1, mark that. And under 2, over 1. And then under 1, over 1. Under 2, over 1. So under these last, well, second to last, and then over the last one. Okay, 2 rows left. Row 16 with B, we're going to weave under 2, and weave over 1, under 1 2 times. So over, under twice. I'm going to go ahead and do that. Pick at these. Okay, and then over 2, under 1, and then over 2 again. So just putting this one down and over these 2 and mark. And then under 1, over 1 twice. So okay, so it went over as the ending of that, and then we're going to go under the last 2 to finish out that row. All right, very last row was 17 with A. Weave under 1, over 1 8 times, and then end with it under one here. So under, over, just going to do a few of them together like this. And lay it down. It doesn't have to be that 17th one, it can be the 18th. And keep going. Every other one. And your main color is going to go underneath all the main colors that are already on there, if that helps. Or color A. And then the very last one, go underneath that. And there you have it, radiating boxes. So I'm going to go ahead and take these off of the loom. If you haven't done it before, what I usually do is I take the last peg on this line here. Doesn't really matter, just usually start that way. Take that one and then move it to the next one on this top row. This is, I'm calling the top row, and lift the back loop over the front loop, and then do the next one. Lift it up and over like this. When it's in my lap and it's just not awkward on the camera here, I'm usually kind of sitting there doing this. So if you discover, hey, it's easier to do that, that's great. It's just because I can't really do it on camera is easy. So just continue doing that. Go all the way around until the very end. I'll show you how to pull that last stitch through. Pause your video. I'll see you there. Okay, we're down to the last couple of stitches. Just pull that through, and then I'm going to go to my original purple that I had used, pull through, and that should complete my square. And I'm just kind of pulling on that. Whoops, easing the tension here. And with my last little loop, usually just pull it to the back and go through one of these adjacent loops to pull it and tuck it in. Like that. And then through a couple of these other weavings and warps, and let it hide. And there you go. You have your fun radiating boxes, and the back of it looks like this. I actually really like the back. It's kind of cool. And if you leave off that 18th stitch, it has a more even look to it. Now I can spend here making time making this adjusted. I had it kind of pushed into that side, but you can make these a little more even before you take it off of your loom. But I love how that looks. It's such a fun, neat design. I hope you enjoyed your radiating boxes pattern, and we'll see you again for another tutorial here on GoodKnit Kisses. Bye everyone. Thanks for joining us today, where we help you stitch your love and love your stitches. See you again soon.